Hi FlossTube, this is Sharon Clark with Clarky's Crafts. Welcome to my 8th FlossTube video. This is going to be my August wind up and a little bit of September. My plans are to talk about what's going on in my life, the few finishes that I have, the few styles that I'm working on, and then the cross-stitch retreat that I'm going to next weekend. So life updates. We're back at school. We just finished our 3rd week of school. I started out this semester. I thought I was starting out ahead of the game. I spent a lot of time last spring setting up several of my classes. One of them they completely changed, so that was a waste of time. But I think I'm only ahead in 2 classes. I'm behind in everything else. Especially my newest class, brand new prep, I'm behind, but we're catching up. We're getting it scheduled. We're getting it controlled. I am officially teaching 8 classes. Technically, that's really only 7. One of my classes is a night class, and there's not enough students to do intermediate algebra and college algebra, so they put them together as one class at night because we're doing what they call redesign. People work at they watch videos and do the homework and work at their own pace, and I just make sure try to make sure everybody stays on pace and answer any of their questions after they've watched the video. So I'm technically teaching 7 classes this semester. I have an online class again this semester, and I'm very proud of them so far. I started off with 30 students. I have 24 the first week. Actually got logged in, got signed up, and did their homework. I'm really impressed. So I've got 6 more. 2 of them are having computer difficulties, so I'm working with them. As far as my house, I've been pre-approved for the mortgage, which means as soon as we get the survey completed, I will sign the papers for the construction loan. So they told me, I guess I should know better. I worked for a bank for years. They told me that I needed a survey, but they weren't like, we have to have the survey before we sign the papers. Until everything else was done, all we have left is the survey, and they're like, oh, yeah. Even the paperwork says, if you have it, the one that I signed. But now they're saying, no, it's not if you have it, it's we have to have the survey. So Monday or Tuesday, my survey guy's supposed to come out and survey the land for the bank, and then we'll sign the papers after that, because once they get the survey, we're good. My brother and his friend are supposed to be working on clearing the rest of the stumps and the 3 trees that need to be taken out in the house area. If I can, I'll post a couple pictures here of the land right now with the big pile of stumps. But other than that, I'm going to that retreat next weekend, Katrina's retreat. That's all that's going on in my life. Alright, so let's talk about finishes. I have only 3 finishes. It's really strange after my July, in early August, where I had so many things finished. Let's see. In July, I finished. Let's see, well, between July and what I showed y'all, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I had 12 finishes in July. I only had 3 finishes in August, but I had 3 finishes. So, alright, so the first finish I have is this one. Oops, upside down. This is Now I Know My ABCs by, I think it's Blackbird Design. It's a free pattern online. It's the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. I put, using her letters, put my name, Sharon Clark, and the date up here. And then I was working on this for School of Magical Stitches and Literature, and I needed to do letters, so that, and then I need to do runes, and so that's SNC, my initials, using Celtic runes. So I use that for one of my homework assignments. This is stitched with DMC floss on silk weaver fabric. I think it's a spring green, but I'm really not sure, and I don't know the count. It's either 28 or 32. Okay. This one is the last of my new starts for our Stitch Mania this year. So I did, it's Franny Ritter's Designs Dolphin Play, and it is amazing what the back stitch has done for this pattern, because it was so bland and so mixed together until I back stitched it. It's stitched on a light blue Aida fabric, and I don't know the count, and I'm not good with the count. Again, it's probably 14 or 16 count, because I can only do 28, 32 count. My last finish is the one for today. I finished it today, and it is Snow Friends by Lizzie Kate. I finished it this morning before church. It's on Fabric Flare. Let me see. Fabric Flare Blue Cloud 28 count. I bought the fabric at Silver Needle in 2015 when I started it. And it says Snowmen Melt My Heart, and I may have to pull that out and put that back in again because it blends in, but I'm not sure. I may leave it. So those are my finishes for this month. I am not a big person on fully finishing. I usually just try to frame it, but I think we're going to have, the girls and I are going to have a finishing time again, and maybe I could do some pillows and no-sew cubes. I get frustrated with flat folds, so we'll see. The next thing I want to talk about is my stitch-alongs. I have 2 stitch-alongs. The first one is Ink Circles, the map. We are now started on the 3rd part. I'm still working on, I finished part 2, which is the land and the sea. I'm still working on part 1, which is the border. I was working on the border for School of Magical Stitches and Literature. I had to do something that was swamp colors, and I was doing the pattern, and I got this stitched, and my border, you can see the holes from there, the border stopped here, and I was like, oh. So I'd actually had all the black done, and I actually had all the red done right here, and I had to pull out all the red, this black row, and the inner black row, and move it over 2 stitches. So I was lucky. I didn't have to pull out that black row, and I just had to move in 2 stitches and do this row. So I'm having to redo the black, which should have been done, and then I got to work on the border. I'm kind of wishing I'd have picked the rope border. It would have been easier, but when I finish, this is going to be beautiful. So right now we're supposed to be working on the name of our map, and I haven't picked that out yet. I'm having trouble choosing a name for my map, so I'm working on it. Now the other stitch along that I'm involved in is with my sisters and our friend Lisha, Katrina Boyd, Ray, I think Tangela's involved, I'm not sure. Put on the hat. I am doing the pillow, and Miss Lisha, who is the Southern Ladybug, did the pillow. My sister Jennifer of Jen's Stitching Niche, I think, did the drum. Katrina did the drum, and I think Ray did the drum, or is doing the drum. So this is how far I've gotten. I worked on it for School of Magical Stitches yesterday, and I got the bats in and her hands in. So tonight I plan on putting in the stars and the books and the cat if I can. And I think that's the called for fabric. I think that's what Jennifer got for us. My little camper bag. I love that little bag. Alright, so that's all my sales. My plans are to take some of my oldest whips, which my oldest whip, thank goodness now, is only 2015. And then the next oldest is 2017. So I'm almost caught up. I'm down to one basket. I showed you the baskets. I had 2 baskets full of cross stitch. I'm down to 1 basket, 1.5 baskets, because there's a couple of them. And I'm getting down to my large projects, my Main Street, my Virtues, the Happily Ever After, the ones that have a lot going on. But I'm going to show you what I'm taking with me to Katrina's Retreat. The first one, this is a Stitch Mania project, is Blackwork Roses by Carol Algie Higginbotham. I love blackwork. This is a little small for me. I didn't plan well with my fabric, but oops, upside down. This is one of the projects I'm taking with me. Every square has every region has a pattern that you have to put in. So I've put in a few of the regions. And then there are 3 different colors, if you can notice. There's black, there's the gray, and then there's the gold. So I've done a little bit of work here, and I've done a little bit of work here. Okay. So I have the Blackwork Rose I'm going to take with me, get some work done on that. I really like it when I'm doing it. It's just getting myself to do it. That's the hard part. The next one, which is not a Stitch Mania project, is the ornaments for my mother. My mother got them, and her eyes have gotten really bad. She can crochet, but she can't cross stitch. So I've taken on some of her projects. So this is what I've got done so far. I have his hands left to do, and I hope that hand makes it to the side. I think it's going to make it. And his head, and then, where's the pattern? Here's the pattern. You see I've got to do his head, his hands, and his head, the ho-ho-ho, a heart, and a star. I've already got 1 heart. So that's the pattern, and that's what I've got done so far. I have a hard time with this plastic canvas. It makes my hands hurt. I guess I'm getting old. I don't know. Probably. Alright, I've got Santa's Bag of Gifts. Rockin' Rudolph. And then I have 2 trees. Christmas trees. Actually, there are 3. I already did one of these trees. And Mom bought these for $2 at Walmart. And they say 1994, so I don't know when she bought them. But that's when they were published. The other one I'm taking with me is Whiskerkin's Lucky Cats by Carol Manning Designs. I have finished the cat on the inside, the middle cat, and I'm working on the heart and the outer cat. And this is being stitched on a very small count Aida fabric with DMC. Most all of my patterns are with DMC. I don't use specialty floss. Sometimes I do. Like, I was looking for specialty floss for now I know my ABCs, but I couldn't find enough of one color to do it. So, the next one is Summer Retreats. I've already done the Honeybee Hideaway and the Butterfly Bungalow, I'm working on the Ladybug Lane. And I'm doing them all on the same piece of fabric, which is a silk weaver fabric, as you can see. I don't iron my pieces till I'm done, so I apologize for the wrinkles, but I had to borrow my sister Bridget's color 3364. Yeah, 3364. Mine is a slightly different shade. It doesn't match. I don't know why. I tried to see if maybe I got a wrong skein, but I can't find it a matching skein. So Bridget lent me this. I'm almost done using it. I gotta do some trees and a little more grass, and then I'm gonna give it back to her. So I'm gonna try to get that ready to give back to her this weekend when we go to the retreat. Because I don't like to keep people's thread. You know, I like my kit to be complete, but I don't like to take people's thread and not give it back to them. The other one that I'm working on is, or I'm going to take with me, is Tiger Lily. And I'm doing it on this True Colors sponge backgrounds. This was fabric for ribbon embroidery. I bought it, I got started in ribbon embroidery, and then I'm not that good at it. I mean, I did several pieces, but I was more of a kit person than like cross stitching. I can just go from a pattern, but ribbon embroidery, I needed a kit, so I decided to use that fabric for my Tiger Lily. So I've gotten a lot done on her. I'm working on her wings, and then the bottom of her dress and her legs. Then I have to do the beading. She's turning out beautiful. I can't wait to get her done. So those are my projects that I'm taking with me to Katrina's retreat. My new start for this month is going to be Erica Michaels' Every Moment. Cherish every moment, cherish every memory, love every moment, embrace every possibility. And I've already picked out the fabric. I think it's the blue. I don't know what count. I'll have to ask Jennifer. But I bought this, and I bought the frame, and I am excited to get started with this. In the pattern, all that background is part of the pattern. But I didn't want to stitch all that pattern, so I'm just going to get I got a marble fabric, so I didn't have to stitch the background. So that'll be my new start on the 19th. And then, that's all my new starts, that's all my patterns. I mean, I've got a basket full of whips, but I'll save that for later. I don't know if you can see over here. These are my Erica Michaels. These are freebie patterns from Erica Michaels on the Rainbow Gallery. September. I made them magnets. I got the idea for my sister Jennifer. But I stick them on the side of the refrigerator, and I put the latest month on the front of the refrigerator. That picture right there, I painted at Painting with a Twist. If you've ever been, it's fun. Got several paintings by them. Last thing, I participated in August with the Common Thread Stitcher Challenge on Instagram, and every day you were supposed to post something about yourself. And one of the questions was your unicorn pattern. Well, I'm not one to look for a pattern. I mean, I don't have a pattern that I've been looking for myself. Generally speaking, if I find it and I like it, I buy it. But I posted that my mom had started the one about the lady with the baby, rocking the baby and telling the, talking about how cleaning can wait. And Finley's mom, Cindy, emailed me and said, hey, I think I have that pattern. And she says, do you want it? I said, yes, I do. My mama really wants me to finish that pattern for her. So I'll show you what she's done. This is how far my mom got with it before she got sidetracked from doing it. And I don't know who she was stitching it for. It could have been for my nephew, my sister Jennifer and her baby. It could have been my sister Bridget and her baby. It could have been somebody she knew and their baby. I don't know. But the pattern says, cleaning and scrubbing can wait till tomorrow, for babies grow up. We've learned to our sorrow. So quiet down cobwebs, dust go to sleep. I'm rocking my babies, and babies don't keep. And so she sent me the pattern. She sent me the pattern, and it was the exact same pattern as you can see. And out of the goodness of her heart, while we were emailing back and forth, she asked me about how I got involved in cross stitching and who all was in my family was in cross stitching. And I told her that, my mom taught me, my sister Jennifer, my sister Bridget how to cross stitch, and we all like to cross stitch. So Jen's mom sent me a gift along with the pattern. Besides the great gift of the pattern, which I thank you so much for, she sent us project bags. And so this is the one that I chose to keep to remind me of the 24 hours of stitching, which is what they're involved with. And this is the one that my mother kept. And I will put pictures right here of the one that Jennifer and Bridget got. So, thank you so much, Cindy. I need to look that up, don't I? I think it's Cindy. Thank you so much for the bags and the patterns. My mother was so excited when I showed her the pattern. She's like, so you're going to finish that for me? I said, yes, ma'am. Found the fabric and put it in my bag. So it goes in this bag, and it's it's a new whip in my bag, and I will try to finish that for her this year. There's a couple of other ones that I need to get finished for some friends that it's been in my bag for years, and I need to get them done. So that's my goal. So Cindy, thank you so much. Jennifer loved her bag. Bridget loved her bag. Mama loved her bag. I love my bag. You do a wonderful job. It's beautiful work. Thank you so much. Like I said, I am going to a retreat on Friday. We're leaving Thursday night. So I may have some finishes that I can come back and talk about, or I may wait till the end of September and do another FlossTube video. I'm not sure, so I'll let you know. But thank you so much for stopping by. You can follow me I do more on Instagram than anything else. Most of my Facebook posts are to School of Magical Stitches, or to the 24-hour, or to the Ink Circles map groups. Don't do a lot of posting on Facebook. Most of my pictures are on Instagram. So if you want to do Instagram, you can follow me on my Instagram. It'll be at the end of the video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate all the visits, and I hope to see you again. Thanks. Bye.